Can my dog watch TV? Dogs and humans perceive the world quite differently. Here's how these differences impact a dog's experience of watching television. 1. Frame rate perception. The frame rate of a TV screen refers to how quickly it refreshes the image, usually measured in hertz. Older television sets had a frame rate of around 50 to 60 hertz, which is more than sufficient for the human eye, as we can't discern individual images in a continuous film above approximately 16 to 20 hertz. However, a dog's eyes work a little faster. It's estimated that their flicker fusion threshold is around 70 to 80 hertz, meaning they can perceive flicker in a light source up to those frequencies. This means that on older TVs, what appears to us as a continuous image might have appeared to dogs as a flickering series of images, similar to how a flip book works. With the advent of modern high-definition TVs that have a much higher frame rate, usually 120 Hz or more, dogs are much more likely to perceive a continuous image just as we do. The image is refreshed at a rate that is fast enough to be beyond the dog's flicker fusion threshold, meaning it should appear steady to them. 2. Color perception. Humans are trichromats, meaning we have 3 different types of color receptors, cones, in our eyes. These receptors allow us to see a broad spectrum of colors, red, green, and blue. Dogs, on the other hand, are dichromats. They have only 2 types of color receptors that are most sensitive to blue and yellow wavelengths, and they are believed to see the world in a spectrum of blue and yellow and combinations thereof. They can't distinguish between red and green like we can. So when a dog watches television, it's not seeing the vibrant range of colors we do. The world on the screen for them is likely less colorful and more washed out. 3. Interest in the content. Dogs, like humans, are more likely to be interested in things they can relate to. A television program that features other dogs, for example, might capture a dog's attention, especially if the sounds of barking or howling are involved. Some dogs seem to recognize and respond to the images of other dogs or animals on screen, even attempting to interact with them. Others might not show much interest unless they hear familiar sounds. It's also been observed that certain breeds, especially those bred for visual tasks like hunting and herding, are more likely to be interested in watching TV than breeds bred for other types of work. 4. Perception of movement. Dogs are much better at detecting movement than humans are, which makes sense considering their evolutionary history as hunters. Therefore, they are more likely to be drawn to television content that has a lot of movement. The perception of movement on a TV screen, however, is a complex illusion created by a series of static images shown quickly in succession. With modern TVs and their high refresh rates, dogs should be better able to perceive this illusion of movement, making the content more engaging for them. However, it's worth noting that not all dogs show interest in watching television. Just like humans, dogs have individual preferences, and what one dog finds fascinating, another might ignore entirely. Some dogs might simply prefer to engage with their surroundings in a more tactile and immediate way rather than watching images on a screen.